there's something I want to ask. There's a question that I want to propose, or a question that I want to put forward. Do you believe in fate? Do you believe in chance, probability, or would you say that there are some things in life that are just too good to be by coincidence? Now, if you've ever contemplated this, you find that within yourself you encounter a bit of a debacle or a conundrum, and you struggle to find a, an answer that will be fulfilling towards yourself. What does it mean when things just line up so perfectly that there is no chance or there is no perspective that allows for you to be able to comprehend those events that unfold in such a calculated and coordinated manner? The only reason for it would be a higher being or a higher force, a higher cosmic energy operating to make these things happen. So, if you've ever had to encounter something like that, if you ever had to think about something along those lines, or just, take time to contemplate something like that, I want to pose a question to you. What is time? And what are these events that we see in this world unfolding to us? What is reality? What does it mean for something to be real? We know some of us know from ancient teachings and ancient philosophies from the East that the Eastern philosophy has, I believe it's the Hindu philosophy, and they have a philosophy of something they call Maya, which means a dream or an illusion. The reason why I bring that up is because there's a high probability of that as well, where could it be that your sense of or your perception of reality is something that is engineered by you or a higher consciousness? Could it be that your perception of reality is something that's malleable? Let me know what you think. I want to just pick your mind a little bit and see how far you've met yourself and how far you do take time to contemplate on these things. And we seriously need to give ourselves a bit of time to look into these things and stop distracting ourselves with menial tasks, or these we need to stop distracting ourselves with meaningless events and meaningless partakings that only seek to delay the awakening that is happening within yourself. And I'm not going to be here acting perfect right now. I stand right in front of you as just another person, as just another man who is just as flawed, who is just as guilty of participating in these things as well. That's my thing, that I've never said, or I've never put myself out there to be someone that's perfect. I'm just here participating in the game of life just as you are. And part of that game is for me to figure out the best way to raise my awareness, consciously head towards a path of a greater sense of purpose for myself. But where does that start? Do we have to go through this lane or this path or journey of constant messing up before we reach a point where we do actualize ourselves in a manner that is conducive of a higher awareness? So back to my point though, back to my questions about this reality that we are in. What does real mean? And I love this question, and it's something that I have for years been trying to unravel or unpuzzle within my mind. I'm yet to fully come to an answer because the answer that I do have may not satisfy most. Oh, but for me as well, like I'm still not satisfied with whatever answer I've come up with. I'm still on the search. I'm still on the journey towards finding those answers that I've been looking for. I'll reveal my question much later on because I feel like at most times or in most cases where I do have conversations with people about these coincidences that that people might refer to them as, it my perspective of all of this usually ends the conversation because it's like people come to a jam or people come to a halt. The only person who has ever been able to stand up to my point has been my father. We have the most explosive philosophical debates about time, space, and spirituality, and what is a soul, what is a spirit, the differences. We always butt heads when it comes to certain points, but I enjoy having to engage in those type of topics, and that's just who I am as a person. I like to engage my mind and challenge whatever boundaries that I've set in terms of thinking for myself and push beyond that. So when it comes to matters of questioning these things, it's just a mental exercise for myself. So I want to pose that question. You let me know down in the comments below what you think and how far you've come in terms of answering such questions for yourself. This has been another segment of Bands and the Humans podcast. This is a segment called Free Rants. I was just going off and, just basing it off of thoughts that I've had in my mind. This is one other segment of it. Hopefully, it's been pleasurable and a good listening experience for you guys. And thank you for taking the time to sit down and actually pay attention to what I have to say or what I have to bring forth to you. Thank you. It's been a pleasure. And this is Free Rants of Bands and the Humans podcast. I am your host, Bands, and you are the human.